Greetings. Let's see if we can go live on Instagram. We're here live on YouTube. Wonderful. All right. Maybe we've been having troubles with going live on Instagram just because of the connection, but why don't we go live on TikTok instead? Let's see. Yeah, we might as well just go live on TikTok. Awesome. Wonderful. Live at YouTube, Numa Nursery, as well as live on TikTok. Awesome. Well, we're here. Let's go ahead and maybe tilt this up a little bit. I should say down so that way you can see. Awesome. If you have any questions anytime, today we are planting moringa seeds. Hello. We're planting moringa seeds today. Wonderful. We have moringa seeds here, organic, PKM1, non-GMO, locally grown in the Florida region. Right here at numanursery.com, you can get locally grown moringa seeds. Awesome. So are we. Lovely. All right. In just a couple weeks, someone just says they're planting Numa moringa seeds right now. Awesome. And you're going to have moringa trees in no time. We've had several customers in the last couple weeks call us and say, hey, what's wrong with the germination rate? Is there something wrong with the seeds? I say, no, it's just the time of year. And you're in Sacramento, California. Wonderful. Love Cali. Cali Moringa is in the house. Thanks so much for growing with us. I'm glad everything's doing well. If anyone out there ordered trees from us and they're having trouble getting the trees coming back, whether or not the travel or the shipping, just let us know. We'll get you on the line. We'll send some more trees out your way if you're having trouble. We just want every single person to get some moringa trees. We have a special right now, 10 free moringa trees. Just click the link in the bio here on TikTok. We've got 10 free moringa trees available to you. We'll ship them right to your door, just like this. Now they might come a little yellow. My pleasure. They might. Thanks for the seeds. My pleasure. You bet. If they come to you and the trees are a little yellow, that's okay. Moringa leaves will naturally turn yellow, and they lose their leaves constantly. These are a fast regenerating tree. Fastest growing tree in the world, and one of the fastest growing trees in the world. And we grow them right here. We're in Plant City. We want you to grow some moringa trees with us. We have several different sizes, and we can send these in envelopes very cheaply to you. Literally, you can get a couple of different sizes. We have just a couple. This comes with our starter kit. You can get 10 seeds in the starter kit. We also have moringa seeds here. It's about 50 to 60 seeds here. And then we actually have a thousand seeds special right now. You can get 1,000 seeds for $40 at numanursery.com. Just click the link in the bio. Organic PKM1, non-GMO, locally grown. Right here, and they look like this. Beautiful moringa trees. So we're loving the trees right now. It's spring. We're out here. We're loving it. Beautiful Tampa, Florida, Plant City, and we're soaking up the sun. We're getting out here. We're planting some seeds. I got a really great mix of soil here. Wonderful soil mix. Look at this. Great dark matter, melanin rich. Beautiful soil. We got sourced from a couple different locations. We mixed it together. We're getting our sandy composted soil from Mother's Organics, also known as Florida Organic Solutions. We're getting our peat moss, actually locally foraged and brought up from lake beds and river beds here in the area, around Land O'Lakes area, town and country area. We got peat moss in here. We've got some organic fertilizer in here, just some pellets. We've got azomite rock dust. We have some other organic pellets in here. We also have some perlite. Perlite is a volcanic ash that is mined, but it helps with drainage. You don't need perlite, but it also, in pots, since we're watering on an automatic watering system, it's helpful to have that extra drainage so that way your trees and your plants don't accumulate fungus or mold or things like that. So it's good to go ahead and get your soil. If you have questions about how to make good soil, see how it's holding together like this? and it's not even really that wet. It's just naturally holding together like that. You want to get something that can hold together if you squeeze it, and it naturally kind of retains its shape. That means it's got good compost in there. It's got good moisture content. It can hold the moisture, but also the perlite, those little white little specks in there, that helps it to also aerate and drain the roots very easily. And we're just putting them in pots right now. We've got a ton of empty pots. We plant them in cone pots, tall pots, because the root systems really like tree root systems. They love being in tall pots. So if at any chance you can grow in tall pots, get your 6-inch tall pots from us. You can even order from us on our website, newmannursery.com. If you need tall pots, we have tall pots. You can see we're just gonna go ahead and put it in here. We're gonna maybe compact it just a little bit. And then we have some of our seeds out right here. Got a handful of moringa seeds. Oh yes. You know what else we like to do? We like to pop these babies. Got a little bit of dirt on there. It's all right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah. Got it. My mom used to hate me for doing that at the dinner table. That's how I used to eat. Eat those moringa seeds. Ooh, they're bitter at first. Super bitter. But the moringa seeds are completely edible. And the thing is, as soon as you drink some water, it turns sweet. So then we just put the seed right up top here. This is the moringa seed right here. We're just putting it right up top there, pretty much right at the surface. We don't need to sink it all the way down in. We want it to stay moist, but also easily penetrate the surface, because if it goes down there and it stays too wet, it could mold and form bacteria. So we keep it at the surface that way. When we water once or twice a day, it gets wet, but it also has the opportunity to dry out a little bit. And so then we just kind of put a little bit on top, kind of maybe compact it just a little bit. And that's it, baby. We do that thousands and thousands. We've got thousands of trees right now. You can actually pick up 10 free moringa trees. Just click the link in the bio at newmannursery.com. You can get 10 free moringa trees right now. We're shipping these all over the country. And if anything happens while they're shipped, we guarantee that we're gonna get you more trees. And it also comes with seeds. So the package with the 10 trees also comes with seeds. Awesome, let's plant some seeds. We got some serious planting to do right now. We need to fill this greenhouse up. So we're just gonna start planting. If you have any questions about moringa, I have a lot of answers to give you if you wanna know more about moringa. How much are the moringa leaves right now for wholesale? Awesome, great question. We've got kilos of powder and loose leaf. Extremely low price right now. You can get kilos of powder and loose leaf. Just click the link and go to our website at newmannursery.com. You can see all the specials. Type in thank you 20 for 20% off. We have wholesale. Great question. It's a perfect time of year to get your stocked up on moringa. We even have a 1-year supply of moringa available at newmannursery.com. If you're interested in getting moringa leaves, fresh, dark, green, someone's asking how much for the wholesale. And we have really great prices right now on wholesale leaves. Super fresh. We just harvested them right here in South Florida. Even in the wintertime, we can harvest leaves in South Florida because it grows all year round in Florida. Just sticking it right on there up top. Just kind of putting a little bit of soil on top there. Now, the trick is that you don't really want to, say, maybe have it overflow. Like, you don't want the pot to be like mounded up over top, because sometimes maybe the water may not actually soak in. So I'm trying to keep it at the level to where water could potentially pool on here over time. This is going to settle down. This whole entire so all the soil inside here is going to compress a little bit over the next week or 2 weeks, and this is actually going to settle down naturally, so we don't have to push it down. And we're just getting this going. Thanks for asking the questions. Really love all the love, moringa love. we're getting these seeds planted. You need to get some seeds planted so that way you can start making some money off of moringa. Some moringa money. My dad, when I was asking my dad for stuff when I was a little kid, he was like, son, money doesn't grow on trees. Well, I told my daddy, happy birthday, because I got him a birthday present with some of that moringa money. That's right. And so keep planting those seeds and you will be rich. I keep having to remind myself that I am rich in nature because I've got trees around me, I've got the plants around me. It's all love. It's not always about the dollar bills, y'all, but you know what? It does really help financially to become free and knowing. That's one of the reasons why I became a farmer, because I know that farmers are rich, man. Every farmer that I know of, they're millionaires. I mean, here in the US, it's a little bit different. Farmers tend to have a little bit more money. They have land, and they have resources, and they have good credit. It's just something that I noticed in the landscaping business. I was like, it attracted me, definitely attracted me, because it's, you know, growing. Like in nature, let's try to get some of this money. Let's make a living off of nature, doing things the right way, you know, planting things healthily, making soil, getting compost, offering soil and dirt as a business. I mean, who would have thought? Oh yeah, there we go. We're just putting the seeds right up top there. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. We're just here planting seeds today at Numa. I live out here. It's 2.5 acres in Plant City. It's beautiful. We're out here at the farm. It's a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. We're just getting the seeds in there. I'll tell you a little trick that you won't hear anywhere else. You won't hear this anywhere else. So if you're having trouble planting the seeds, now you can strip the seeds off. You can strip this shell. This is just an outer shell. You can strip this off, right? And this is the inner piece right here. This is the little inside. This is the magic right here. So that's really the magic part of the seed. Inside the shell, that creates the oil, the moringa oil. Right, you press this makes the oil, but you can also stick this in a little plastic baggie with a toilet paper, moist toilet paper, and you can sprout the seeds just from this little inner piece without needing the shell, without needing the soil, and you can just sprout this in a bag on your counter in just a couple days, 2 to 3 days, and then you can take this after it's sprouted and put it in some soil or put it in the ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and stick this little piece right here like that right in there, and that's going to sprout too. See that? So I'll just stick that right in there. I'm not afraid to just keep planting as much as possible. Thanks guys. Thanks everyone. Thanks for the gifts. I want to make moringa oil shampoo. How can I make moringa oil shampoo? Great question. Okay, so press the seeds in a machine to make the oil. Get the oil, settle that, get some really good oil. Or you could purchase oil by itself. We have oil. Also, we have an infuser, like a magical butter. It's a machine. It heats up and it spins and it creates shampoos just from a constant blending. It has like a shampoo setting, and you can actually make shampoo with that machine. It's called a magical butter. And we have several magical butters. That's how we make our salves. That's how we make our deodorants. That's how we make our lotions, and soon to be shampoos as well. We're actually in the process of developing moringa shampoos as well. So great question. Thank you. I'm very happy that you are connected with us and you're interested in making moringa shampoo. Please give me a call and we can connect more if you have any questions. My number is 813-690-6516. If you have any more questions about getting your moringa business started, want to get to know how to make some of these products, it's a huge industry. The moringa seed oil industry is billions and billions of dollars a year. So you can tap into a little bit of that industry just by planting some seeds. Plant some seeds. Oh, this is where you'll never hear this before. You'll never hear this anywhere else. I have some tips and tricks about getting the best germination rate to get them to sprout super fast and also make sure that they're super healthy. Okay, so there's 3 chambers on the seed, right? You follow me? There's 3 chambers, 1, 2, 3. And there's wings on top. It's almost kind of like a Spartan helmet, pineal gland. It's got wings on the seed as well. And those wings on there, don't bother. You don't need to peel the seeds off or the wings off. But there's 2 different sides to a seed. There's a tapered end, and then there's a flat end, okay? It's more flat on one end, and then it's more tapered like a teardrop on the other end. That's when it's falling. That's also the point that we know on the flat end, that's where the roots are gonna go down, and that's where the stems are gonna shoot up. And they both shoot out from the same side. So you don't wanna necessarily plant it down or necessarily want to plant it up, because the roots are going to shoot up and then they're going to struggle kind of going down. You don't want to plant it down, because then the stem is going to shoot down and it might not get to the up part for some time, especially if you bury it a little bit low. It's perfect to plant it flat on one of those 3 sides. Okay, so that's why you see me holding the wing like this, and then I'm planting it just like that. I'm making sure that that flat end is horizontal, so that way the shoots go up and the roots go down. Okay. The next key is to making sure that that flat end, if you're really having trouble and you can't get your seeds to sprout, the best thing to do is to get your flat end on the east and your tapered end on the west. You have them aligned with the electromagnetic frequencies of the earth. Okay? That's right. My pleasure. My pleasure. I'm happy to help. This little tip, if you have your flat end on the east where the sun is rising and you're waking that seed up with the sun and the energy, if you put that flat end on the sun side as it's rising, just kind of like how you sleep, feng shui, right? You want to be able to sleep with your feet. I know they say sometimes put your feet in the west and your head in the east. That way you rise, your head rises with the sun. I like to sleep this way so that way I can see the sun coming up and I'm watching it come up and it rises me up. Same thing with the seed. It's in the pineal gland. It's the same thing. You've got to have that connection. If not, at least talk to the seed. Tell the seed, hey, I want you to feel the sun, feel the moon, feel those frequencies. Talk to it. It's like a crystal. These things are alive. You might think that this isn't alive right now, but this is very much alive. This is a crystal being right here, and you can talk to it as if it was a baby child. Yeah, baby, I love you, and I want you to come on out. And I'm your daddy. I'm your plant daddy. And I'm gonna birth you. I may not have any children, but I have moringa babies all day, every day. Okay, all right, that's a great little tip. I'm glad you all are here. If you have any questions, I'm definitely happy to answer any questions that you have. We're just planting seeds. It's springtime. This is what we're gonna be doing for the next 2 months, 3 months until the rains come. I have to plant seeds every day until the rains come. Then once the rains come, I've got to make sure that I cut all the trees back before the rains come, so that way we can harvest the drumsticks, harvest the fresh leaves, all that good stuff. All right. Wonderful. We've got a couple hundred people in TikTok right now. We've got a couple hundred people riding with us in YouTube right now. Love y'all for watching and keeping in touch and asking about moringa. We've got lots of people growing moringa. Shout out to California moringa. Shout out to Texas moringa right now. We are in Plant City, Florida. Where are you? We're out here in Tampa. We got Tampa right here. We've got Lakeland right over here. We've got, what do we have just right here? Oh, we've got Zephyr Hills just right there. We're about 20 minutes anywhere from downtown Tampa to Lakeland, to Zephyr Hills. We're kind of in this neutral zone here in Tampa, right off of I-4, next to Dinosaur World. Yes. Hey, you know how old and ancient moringa is? This is an ancient tree, ancient Ayurvedic tree from India, native to India and Africa. That's right. A lot of people will say, especially Indians will say that moringa is only native to India, but there are 13 varieties of moringa around the world, and 12 of them reside in Africa. One of the main ones that we have here, the one that the Indians developed, is the oleifera. Over thousands of years, they developed this one here, which oleifera is ole and ifera together, which is oil producing. And this is why we press the seeds for oil, is because they're the highest ratio of oil to seed than any other moringa. Now there are bigger moringa seeds like the Stenopetala from Africa, which does produce more oil, but the percentage of weight to oil ratio is greatest with the oleifera seeds, because they are about 30 to 40% of straight oil. That means that this total weight of this one seed right here. Oh, I'm sorry. I saw that comment. It just disappeared. I wonder if I can pull the comments back up here. Nice. I saw that comment up there. It sounded like a good one. I'd love to see it again. I'm sorry I missed it. It kind of disappeared from the screen at the time. Don't hesitate to post it again. I'll see it again. That was a good question. I know that was a good question. Anybody have a question here on TikTok? What was I saying about moringa? Oh, I was saying all kinds of good stuff about moringa. We've got tons of people on here learning, just planting seeds with us. I'm planting the moringa seeds in tall cone pots. That way the roots can grow a nice taproot. And we do have trees already sprouted. We've got trees already sprouted here at newmannursery.com. 10 free moringa trees with each starter kit. And I'm happy to help. I'm actually going live later today. I'm doing a free webinar. What temperature do they germinate best? Great question. Someone's asking, what temperature do they germinate best at? And that's usually above 60 degrees. So if you can get it above 70 degrees, even better. At night, as long as the temperature at night is above 60, that's when you have the best germination rate. And that's why spring right now is popping. Moringa is a tropical soft wood that does not like the frost at all. It does not do very well in the cold weather, but you can grow moringa in the summer pretty much anywhere around the world. That's right. So I'm glad you asked that question. That was a great question there. Thanks everybody. Thanks for joining us today on the live. I'm Kendrick Henry. You can call me at 813-690-6516. Shoot me a text message if you have any questions, 813-567-3100, and just shoot me a text. Those are both on my website. You can click the link in the bio if you want to get connected with me, if you want to come out to the farm, you want to learn how to plant some trees, you want to do some volunteering, do some work. We're actually looking for a new membership director for our cooperative that we started. We need some help because we have a lot of interested growers, a lot of interested members want to team up with us, a lot of affiliates that want to do some growing with us. And we just need someone, a special someone that can help us in that journey and process and get to the next level. You don't necessarily need to be here in Tampa or in Florida or possibly even in the US. What's the number again? Wonderful. Call me at 813-690-6516 or shoot me a text message, 813-567-3100. And I do have that on the website at newmannursery.com. And that's our business line. We have a business text line, and that's pretty much directly to me. And I'm able to get back to you if you have any specific questions. I want to help you get your moringa business started. So I started my moringa business about, 2014. I started my moringa business, so about 6-7 years ago. And I just started by planting seeds. So here we are right now, full circle. 7 years is usually a full cycle. And we've just been sticking these seeds right here, just like this, right on the top surface. We don't need to stick them down too much. We just kind of keep them up top there. And my name is Kendrick Henry. I have a master's in architecture, and I'm here helping to design and build farms. And so we're also consulting on farmland around the country. If you have a farm project that you're interested in getting started, you can get a consultation with me just for like an hour, 2 hours, and I can go in on your project and kind of help steer you in the right direction if you want to get started. I have a lot of experience with plants and in nature, also in the classroom, just kind of making buildings, making houses, designing museums and art galleries and things like that. So I'm really interested in creating beautiful spaces, creative spaces, educational spaces that teach people. And right now my passion is Moringa. Moringa's changed my life completely 180'd my life. You can see I'm in fairly good shape. I eat plant-based. I'm 34 years old and I feel great. I feel amazing. Of course, I have a wonderful girlfriend and partner that really helps to take care of me, but also we love incorporating Moringa in everything that we do. We use the oil from the seeds on our skin, hair, nails. Thank you. I'll check with it. Right now I just have the phones on silent mode. Please include your name and where you are. Sacramento, California. My mom is from San Diego, so I've got a little bit of Cali in my blood. Let's see, who else is growing Moringa? We've got people in Arizona. Planting changed my life as well. Awesome. Planting seeds, eating more greens, eating more veggies, helps me with digestion. I used to be severely constipated all the time. I didn't know what was going on with my body. I couldn't go to the bathroom. And then I started drinking more water. I started eating more seeds. I started to consume more moringa leaves in my diet. Just started meditating more and asking these questions and getting connected with people that are in the plant industry that are also doing the same things. You know, changing their lifestyle, not eating out as much fast food, cooking more at home and eating more plant-based, less sugar, you know, and also doing more yoga and stretching. And luckily my girlfriend is a yoga instructor, so we're spending more time together even in the mornings just doing yoga, which really helps with stress levels. And you know, I'm rising even more in love with what I'm doing because I have the support of you watching, liking this video, sharing this with your friends, following us on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and all of our channels and outlets that are just teaching. We're really getting into the process of really just getting to teach about how people just need to start planting seeds right now. If you're not planting seeds right now in the spring, what are you doing? Just consuming? You're just a consumer. Why don't you make something? Why don't you create something? Why don't you plant something and watch that seed grow, not only inside you with your spirit and your soul, but also on the outside in this physical. And the more that you plant the seeds and watch the seeds grow, you will too grow more in love with nature. And so if you're feeling like you need to make a change in your life and you need to get back to nature, if you feel like something's really maybe holding you back from something, and you need some support, you need to get some seeds, give us a ring. We do ship out seeds in different sizes. We've got different sizes here. We've got little baggies that come in the starter kits. We've got these little big ones that have like 50 seeds in them. And we even have these ones here, which are the 1,000 moringa seeds. 1,000 moringa seeds? Could you get 1,000 seeds and plant them all out and then possibly, okay, so think about this. If you have 1,000 seeds and you planted them all and they all turn into trees and you sell, okay, 1,000 seeds for 40 bucks, but then you turn that around and you sell them for $5 a piece, you've got $5,000? $5,000 off of a $40 investment. And yeah, the cones that might cost a few pennies. Yes, the soil might cost a few pennies. Yes, your labor might cost the most. Your labor is really the most. What I have found is that being in the plant business and the nature business is really, really profitable. Germination rate is horrible. It's the time of the year, brother. It's just the time of the year. We're getting into spring right now, and it could be the soil, it could be your seeds. Maybe just because you didn't get the seeds from us. Try it indoors. If you're in a cold space and you're saying that your germination rate is really low, yeah, you can try it indoors. You could also try peeling that shell off and just putting the seed in a paper bag or in a plastic bag with a little bit of wet napkin inside there. See if that works. They like it in a dark space. It's got to have, still it needs to have a little, really good airflow. So that way you don't get any bugs or fungus or bacteria forming there in the soil and underneath the soil. It's mostly just the time of year. I mean, we just got out of the winter season here and I was down to maybe 30% germination rate. But even just in the last week or 2 weeks, we're back up to 50%, 60%. And I'm betting that these right here, this is gonna be up to about a 70 or 80%. And then probably within the next 4 to 6 weeks, we're gonna be at a 95% germination rate. It's gonna be great. So not to worry, just keep sticking with it. Get some more seeds. It could be where your seeds are from. But yeah, we're just getting this going. That's good. You're at about 10% right now. Well, where are you? Are you in the US or are you in an area that's cold? Because if it's below 60 degrees, even outside, they know. How are they gonna know? They know. Like they know. SoCal? Okay, cool. You're in South Cali? Awesome. We just have a guy right here on our YouTube that's in Sacramento right now. And they should be doing great. You should be doing really, really great. If it's getting down to 50, yeah, you're in the desert a little bit. So it does get down pretty cold, but they do know. And I think we're right at that shift right now with this last moon cycle, the way that we had, the sun's come back, the days are getting longer. Did I already plant the seed in there? Oh, I already did plant the seed in there. Okay, I gotta focus right here. But yeah, be patient, and they're gonna be sprouting a lot more easily in the next couple days to the next 2 to 4 weeks, given your area. We're in about very similar area. It's a little bit more tropical here. It's a little bit more wet in the air. Although right now, this time of year, we don't really have that much humidity. At this time, say in the next 4 to 6 weeks, maybe even 8 weeks. It's March, April, May. Yeah, by May, it's just gonna be super hot right now. My shirt will be drenched, soaked, just because we're in the tropics, we're in the swamp. And moringa love it hot and dry. So not to worry, you'll get some seeds planted, and then join the co-op. And then you can join the co-op when you get a bunch of greens and you get a bunch of seeds, and you can provide the co-op back with material. Then that would really be great. Awesome. We got ourselves a little tray here. Nice. We're planting some seeds out. We're just going to put these in the greenhouse in a few minutes. And we're going to go ahead and go for another one. That's right. We're here. I'm helping. I want to start the seeds. Awesome. I know you do. I want to as well. Just keep doing it. Just keep giving them some love. Don't give up. A lot of people say that they they don't have a green thumb. You have hundreds of aloe vera. Awesome. How'd you know that I love aloe vera? Did you know that I love aloe vera? Woo. Yes. Yeah, our company. Oh, because of the sign? Oh, the sign? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do aloe vera. We love aloe vera. We put it in our smoothies, everything. That's the next thing that we're really going to get into is aloe vera. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Someone saying on TikTok that they also watch us on YouTube as well. So thank you. We actually have had several visitors from TikTok come in and see us. So we know that we have a local base of people watching us and coming in. If you want to come in, well, I guess you're all the way in California, but maybe we can visit in California one day and get linked up and we can grow moringa together. We actually have a couple of growers in your area in California, SoCal, San Diego, Sacramento. I don't know if that's south or central, but we do have a lot of growers in San Diego, throughout the southern area like Riverside. Awesome, awesome. We would love to connect. You're doing great even just by following us here and watching us on YouTube and commenting and just learning about how to keep growing. They're gonna look like this. They're gonna look like this in no time. Super fresh, and this is how we eat them. Oh, it tastes like peanuts. It's almost spicy like horseradish. Tastes almost like arugula and mustard together. Thank you. Love you too. I love moringa. Woo! This is like the Hulk right here. This is like complete protein. Like I feel like supercharged right now. Just eating that microgreen right there. What I just did when someone says, how soon can you eat moringa, or how fast do they mature, or how soon can you harvest? I mean, this was only 10 days, you know. We're growing cranberry hibiscus. We're in the valley working in a moringa project with UC Davis. Awesome. We just got off the phone with Carrie Waterman. Awesome. Yeah, we just got off the line with Carrie. We had a meeting with her last week. She's working on a wonderful grant for California for moringa growers. Oh, that's great. Wonderful. Someone here is in Arizona. I'm so glad everyone's commenting, letting people know where you are. When people ask us all the time, like, Kendrick, do you have any growers in Arizona? I'm like, just make a comment, let people know where you are, because what that's gonna do is gonna say, hey, this person's in Arizona or Tucson or Phoenix or wherever, and they're gonna see that. You guys are gonna start linking up, connecting, resources. That's what we are. We are the Moringa Hub, people that are watching us, getting together, growing these moringa trees together. There's something about moringa that is really just, it's the spirit. It's just bringing people together. Awesome. Oh, James, Keith, a few other people in there. Awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. Tell Carrie I said hey. And we're really growing the co-op. We're really doing some really great things. We're actually going to be getting some of our products outsourced to some of the moringa growers there with his name is Derek Chapman, and his company that he works with is Aqua Farming Solutions. I'm pretty sure Aqua Farming Solutions. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Out there in Cali, he's out there in the Coachella Valley, and they're growing moringa in the desert using aquaponics. It's kind of like a soil aquaponics system, and it's in like a column tube. It's almost like its own little greenhouse to help the moringa sprout super fast. I'm really happy to be connected with California right now. We've got a lot of growers in California connected with us, so we're gonna get some help. Actually, oh, awesome. Someone here is from the Grocery Choppers. Nice. Thank you. Thanks so much for keeping up with us and just learning about moringa. We're growing this co-op. We've got over 300 locations in the co-op right now, just in the Tampa Bay area. Someone here on TikTok saying that they grow aquaponically as well, or just grows aquaponically. You can experiment with moringa in like a hybrid aquaponic system. Yeah, in a hybrid aquaponic system. If you want to catch us later tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Oh, nice. Someone's going to be building those column systems where they are in California, so you can link up with Derek. Nice. And if you want to talk with me later, I'm also going to be on a free webinar. The Moringa Growers Co-op is having a free webinar tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can sign up at moringagrowerscoop.org. We have the link there, moringagrowerscoop.org, and we're going to be on a free webinar tonight. We're going to teach you the fastest way to make money and to get successful in the moringa business, because the moringa tree industry is growing tremendously. It went from awesome. Wow, I'm so glad to be connected, man. Really love. I'm glad that you texted, and I'm glad that we're together now. Wonderful. I'm glad that you found us. Someone here is actually knows one of our moringa partners out there in California. So I mean, it's a small world, as big as it is, it's still a small world, and we're all getting connected. When you're in a group, and when you finally found something that you want to be a part of, and you get some momentum behind it, get some movement behind it, and you just team up with people, like-minded people. Oh, it's beautiful. And we're in love with Moringa. I'm in love with Moringa. I really am. Moringa, she changed my life. About, let's see, 6 years ago, 5-6 years ago, I fasted on Moringa for 30 days. Amazing experience. It was tough. It was absolutely the toughest thing that I've ever done in my life. But it was so rewarding at the end of those 30 days. I walked in my hands across a football stadium. I drank that Moringa tea, and I broke my fast with dates and figs and fruit and melons after 30 days, and it was beautiful. And I really only drank Moringa tea. I ate Moringa powder. I ate the leaves, dried and fresh. I ate the seeds. All throughout those 30 days, I really just focused on consuming Moringa, and even really just liquid forms of Moringa, so that way I could cleanse my body. Someone's here received cuttings yesterday. Awesome! Someone got the cuttings. Okay, so we just made a harvest. Thank you for your patience. I really, really appreciate you. You ordered like a couple weeks ago when we were waiting for us to make a harvest so we could send you the freshest cuttings. Get those in some pots right now. I can't believe you're watching. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is amazing. Someone's ordering from us and saying thanks for the package. My pleasure. Thank you for your patience and trusting and knowing that we were going to be sending that out. And you're probably really, really happy to get those. And if there's any trouble with the cuttings, if they don't sprout, if you're having trouble, I'm pretty sure that we added some seeds in there. We try to add always extra stuff. And the book there, that manual, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. I'm glad that you got it, and really, really appreciate everybody. We wrote a book. Actually, you got the manual there, which we're going to be finishing that manual. That's just chapter 1. There's 9 other chapters in that manual. So we're going to be writing and working that manual a little bit better, because I wrote that manual about 2 years ago, and it has a lot of great information about the co-op, and we're expanding and growing. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, Yasmin really helped put that package together. We have a helper here at the farm, and she was asking me, she was like, should I throw some seeds in there? I'm like, yes, at any time you feel like you need to throw some extra in the package, please throw extra. So she's just throwing extra things in the package. So if you order from us, just know most likely you're going to be getting a little something extra in there as a surprise. Like if you've never tried the spice before, sometimes I throw in a pack of spice. If you've never had the powder before and you're getting the capsules, sometimes I'll throw in a little baggie of powder just so you can try the powder too by itself and add it to your breads. We're cooking with Moringa. We're making bread with Moringa. Someone's here in Mississippi. Yes, you can join the co-op from Mississippi, from Alabama, from Africa, from India, wherever. You can join the co-op. Just go to moringagrowerscoop.org, register yourself. Whether you want to be a grower, a seller, you want to be a learner, so like someone that just learns with the co-op, you can sign up there at moringagrowerscoop.org and you can join the co-op, absolutely. In Mississippi, we have lots of growers in Mississippi that are going to be planting their seeds here in the next couple weeks. That's why we're doing this, is because lots of growers in Mississippi right now are getting their high tunnels ready. They're getting their seeds planted, so that way come this summer they can grow it in an intensive raised bed on their farm, on their land, in their backyard. What do I mean by intensive? Intensive is like 1 inch apart on a raised bed. So if like you made a raised bed just like you would with radishes or lettuce or any other thing, you can also grow moringa in that same way. As an intensive plant, and they grow super close together, so you can grow them this close together, and then just like I did and I ate that, you can just shave the greens off with like a little lettuce, like a little lettuce, like a lettuce topper. It kind of comes around and it just like over top the top. You can do that with this, harvest the greens, sell that as a microgreen product, as a specialized moringa microgreen, whether fresh or dried. And then sell at the farmer's market, put it on your website, or post up at a friend's grocery store or small mom and pop shop. Go down to downtown where your local area is that's really popping and post up out there with the table. You'd be surprised at how much money you can make off of moringa microgreens. What kind of water filter do you recommend? Say like if you're watering outside and you have tap water. This is a great question because sometimes people are like, hey, why are my leaves turning yellow? It's possibly because you're watering from the tap. So if you're watering your seeds from tap water, just know that it's gonna have fluoride or chlorine or anti-growth hormones in it. I don't have a specific filter that you can use. There's tons. A dechlorinating, defluoridating, just you can. It could be like a particle filter, also a carbon filter. You can put a carbon filter on there, and that'll help kind of suck all that poisons out. You just want to replace that filter every once in a while. But you can just get it added on to your hose. We're on a well, so we don't really worry about that. We got lots of minerals and magnesium and iron and phosphates in the water here that actually does pretty well. The plants do pretty well with that stuff. They kind of like it. But it's still organic, non-toxic, you know. I do want to get an extra filter just to kind of like filter out any kind of impurities that I may not really want right now, but I feel like it's from the well. It's been filtered by the ground and it comes out clean. Like our well is deep. I think it's at least a 150. Cut my trees in half. They're about 3 feet tall now. Where's the best place to cut? Great question. I like to cut the trees back depending on the age of the tree. When they're really young, under a year old, you know, I can cut them back really short. I'll show you. Like I even have a cutting right here. Someone's looking for the Boogie Brew. Yes, Boogie Brew is a great website for the filtration system. That's where I get my C90 salts from there. Now this is a cutting. This is a cutting that's in here. It's rooted, it's growing. It might have gotten damaged from the wintertime just because also the soil might not have been as ideal at the time. Maybe it was just pure peat moss, but I'm using this to show you where to cut. So like in this instance, if this was a big tall tree and it was just really lanky and it really only had like one branch on it, I'd cut it back to like here, you know, so that way it sprouts out from here, because wherever you cut it, it'll sprout. Wherever you cut it, it will split from that spot. So if you want a short tree that splits low and has more branches, cut it low. Then after that cut, then you want to cut it after the split, about a foot. Someone, please get in touch with us with the co-op. Much love, Moringa love. Call me 813-690-6516. Give me a text, or just get in touch with us, direct message us. We're always giving more information about. We have a free ebook on our website that you can download, and you'll learn about joining the co-op. We have a fast track ebook, free ebook of how to get you into the co-op. So after you've cut it that first time and it's growing up and it starts to split, I usually go about a foot from the split. And so I'm not really bringing it, like if it's splitting and I really like that split, I'm not cutting it back real close to the split. I'm kind of going up about a foot and then I'm cutting it again. So that way it has opportunities to kind of sprout even more, to make an even more bushier tree. So that way I give it about a foot from that cut and then I split from that split. And then I keep doing that so that way it just becomes more bushy. And I have lots of videos about that exact question about cutting and trimming your trees back. It's great. And you can't really hurt, you know, moringa. They're soft. I think about it like this, like I'm a rhinoceros. and I'm in the African Serengeti, and I'm hungry and I need some food, and I'm just gonna come by and I'm just gonna ravage the area. But I know that that's got moringa in it, and I'm gonna come back in a couple months because it's gonna be even more bushy. So it's like you really can't hurt or damage these things, because out in the wild, you think the rhino's like, oh, maybe I should just eat it here. No, the rhino is just raw. You know, the rhino is just coming through, stomping on it, eating it, whatever. You know, elephants, giraffes, like this is out in Africa, this is out in India, this is out in the wild, that animals are just eating this just tree. It's one of the main food sources of wild animals in these areas. That's why it got noticed, and it became a plant that humans eat, is because we noticed that it's like this out in the wild, and we've also kind of made it even better than it is out in the wild. As we have with apples and oranges and figs and grapefruits and all those beautiful things, we've also made moringa just that much better. So don't be worried about where you're gonna cut it. Just cut in all different places and spaces and learn how it grows back. Because luckily, moringa is a softwood. It's a very, very soft wood. It's softer than a softwood. It's a soft wooded tree. Because even pine is considered a softwood, but moringa is a tropical soft wood. You can break it very easily with your hands. It's very easy to work with. That's one of the reasons why I love moringa, is because it is so easy to work with. It's literally like just made for people. When you planted trees in other people's yards, what kind of agreement did we make? Right off the bat, it was just a, hey, can I plant trees in your backyard? They're like, hey, sure. It was just a handshake. Nothing too serious, and I would keep in touch, call them, text them. They're close by, I would stop by. These are all mostly retired people or people that I knew, or friends from school or other places that I worked at. I just kind of started meeting people out and about. I'm very social, I'm an extrovert. I go out there and I'm meeting with people, and I started, but it's really just a handshake, and it's more recently now that we're forming the real solid relationships that are going to take this co-op to the next level. Because some of those locations that I've mentioned, like those 300 locations, not everybody wants to be a part of the co-op in a sense. Like, they're more absentee owners, and they really were just interested in helping me out at the time. And they have these trees, and sometimes they're asking me to come by and completely take these trees out of the ground, and that's fine because they did me a favor. And at the time, I asked them if I could plant a tree in their yard, and they're like, for what? And I was like, well, for food. I want to grow food. And they were like, well, you know what? If it gets too big or whatever, we're going to have to get it out, but you can do it for now. And that's what we've been doing. And it's really just been handshake. We did sign several contracts that we care for the trees. It's just kind of like a one-page like co-op member, like a tentative member. There hasn't been really any money exchange just yet. We've really just been providing products in return for the harvest. So we'll go to the location. They say, hey, can we get some capsules for the harvest? Absolutely. So we'll trade capsules, and they give us the raw material. Or they want powder, so we'll give them powder, and then we harvest their tree and we'll get the material. So then we can make more powder, so then we can make more capsules. And it's really just been kind of loose so far. It's just been, you know, sometimes we'll get somebody say, hey, I don't want you to come back anymore. I pulled the tree out, don't come back. Okay, no problem. There's 50 more people right behind that person that want to actually do something with the moringa. And it was just, I was taking a long shot. I was just taking a chance with a lot of the people in the co-op. And I'm learning every single year. I call them up, and they're actually calling me like, hey, Kendrick, my trees are actually getting really big right now, and I've been watching your videos. I'm seeing how passionate you are about it. What's the value? What's the real value of this one tree that I have now, that it's a couple years old, it's producing material, and they're getting about 1 kilo to 2 kilos off of their one tree in powder every year. You know, we don't buy kilos, I should say, is that we're helping to get the kilos sold. And that's how I'm changing my lingo now from how I was saying in the past, is that a real co-op doesn't necessarily buy the farmer's material. the co-op is really there to just help sell your material. So that way we all have the same brand. And so even on all of these locations, we're learning how to package together. We're learning how to grow organically in a high capacity in an organic fashion with certified requirements that the co-op is teaching each grower how to grow, what to do, what not to do, you know, to be careful of their neighbors, making sure that it's protected in many ways, even from mosquito sprays. You know, if you're in the city somewhere, we got to be careful of those things and what kind of heavy metals and things like that can accumulate in the root system. And so we're having to test and make sure everything that goes out is safe and organic, because moringa can and is a biodynamic accumulator. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate you. We're gonna keep it up. We're gonna keep it up with you all over the country, all over the world. We're teaming up, we're growing moringa because everybody needs to know about moringa and about how it's a complete protein, how it's got tons of beneficial oils and salts and magnesium and zinc, which is great. Vitamins, water-soluble vitamins, fat-soluble vitamins, like fat-soluble vitamins like A, E, and K, and D. No, I don't think K is, but definitely D is fat-soluble. That's in the oil. You get the maximum A, E, and D from the oil. Then you're getting the B, C, K, and all the other kind of vitamins that there are from the greens. And so that's why we like to mix the oil and the greens together, so that way we get all the maximum water soluble and all the maximum fat soluble vitamins. So it's really great to even make a paste, like a paste out of the moringa oil and the moringa powder together. And that really gives you a boost. I'm going to be making more videos and sharing more about that combination here in the near future. But I'm really glad that you guys are here and you're learning about the moringa seeds, the moringa planting. I'm probably going to go ahead and continue doing this here. I'm going to take a little break and I'm going to go live on a webinar here in a couple hours. Tonight I'm going to get ready for the webinar. Someone here is growing moringa in Central Australia. As soon as you said mate, I was like, they must be from Australia. Thank you, brother and sisters. Thanks to everybody in Australia that's watching. You're growing moringa with Jeff Lawton and all of our permaculture buddies out there in Australia. I can't wait to go to Australia. I got lots of brothers out in Australia right now. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. I've been seeing lots of photos and I can't wait to get to Australia. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks everybody for watching and joining. See, we're planting these seeds, getting this going. What was that? That was probably like, you know, maybe another 100. Should I do one more? All right, I'll do one more. I'll do one more with you guys. If you have any questions, just go ahead and ask us some questions. Give us a like. Let everybody know about moringa. Follow us here on TikTok and also YouTube. Numa Nursery. I'm Kendrick Henry, your local moringa farmer. I'm passionate about moringa. I love moringa. We're planting the seeds. Hopefully everybody's taking notes about how to plant the seeds just right there on top. Just kind of putting a little bit of soil on top. We're not making it a bowl over top, but we're kind of keeping it flat so that way the water doesn't necessarily run off the pot. And it'll soak in there. So in about a week or so, that'll start settling down and it'll just start sprouting. Oh yeah, loving life, loving the moringa, loving being out here in nature. Someone's here saying, what kind of equipment is needed in planting moringa trees? Well, we actually made this greenhouse for just a couple $100. This was like a $500 greenhouse that we sourced just from materials at a local improvement store. You may not even need that if you have a sunroom. You can utilize your sunroom. But really, materials, if you want to get down to what do you need, you just really need love. Love is the #1 ingredient. Then you just need some seeds and some water and some soil. And that's really all you really need to get started. You just need confidence. You need the confidence. If you're like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna grow. Oh, no. Like you don't do that to your children. You need to also have the same confidence that you do with your children that you also have with your seeds and say, thank you. I can see you growing. I can see your future as a huge tree. I'm talking to each one of these seeds, each one of these babies right now. I'm a moringa daddy. I'm a plant daddy. So I talk to these babies. I'm loving them. Confidence, in love, and mostly temperature. You need a warm temperature. Space. If you notice that I am keeping these trees a little bit spaced out, I'm not keeping them all tight together. They need airflow. Yeah, I love the manifestation. That's all we're doing. We're manifesting destiny. Right now, this is my destiny. I have 2 acres of farmland in Bakersfield. Awesome. And how do they do in the hot desert environment? Okay, so here we plant on mounds, but in the desert, you plant more so in the ground. So maybe digging much more of a trench and a hole, getting that in there. And also what they do with the bio columns there, my buddies at Aqua Farming Solutions in Coachella, what they do is they have like a PVC pipe with like a dome on top of it. So if you can somehow keep them in a bio greenhouse environment somehow, even if you had like a 2-liter bottle, cut the top off and flipped it upside down and just kind of put that over top of it, if you just can keep them in some sort of greenhouse environment when they're young and small, just to kind of keep that moisture level up and high, at least within the first couple weeks, you'll have a much better germination rate. You'll have a much better looking younger baby tree. You know, here it doesn't really dry out that much. So these trees look like this right when they come out. Even here in the spring, we don't have much moisture in the air. But it's very different in the desert. And so I'm actually excited to get more information about how to grow in the desert. We have lots of connections. Follow us. Continue to watch us on YouTube and also on TikTok, where we connect other growers in your area. We're the hub. We're the main hub, moringa hub in the whole world. Everyone's coming to us and linking up and learning about the moringa tree. I just ate this baby. I just ate this one. I had a good little meal right here. Just eating that. How soon can you harvest your moringa? Within 45 days. I mean, that one right there wasn't even 45 days. That was only like 30 days. Not neat. No, that sprouted freaking 2 weeks ago. You know, and I'm already eating it. So within 12 days, you can eat it. It's ready to be eaten. I love that. I'm gonna get a nice big one here. Every single part of the moringa tree is edible. My pleasure. Any questions, I'm happy to help. I really just want to get as many people growing moringa as possible. I want to teach as many people as possible about how the moringa tree changed my life. Changed my life. And I literally live off of moringa. I live off of moringa, not only eat moringa, but I made $100,000 last year growing moringa trees alone. Just $100,000 off of this one tree, from the seeds, selling the seeds, from the leaves, selling the leaves, just growing the trees, selling the trees in pots. You know, we have the trees in pots. Also pressing the seeds, making oil. Okay, so just off of this one tree, we've got $100,000 worth of income coming in from this one tree in 1 year. And we're just getting started. We're just getting started. Moringa is a multi-billion-dollar a year industry. Do you sell the seeds? Yes. Yes, we absolutely do. Someone here is in Mississippi. How many trees to make $100,000? 100 trees. Because you can make about $1,000 off of one tree by the 3rd year alone. You can make $1,000 off of one tree by the 3rd year. So you just need 100 trees of your own to make $100,000. If you're the one that's growing, harvesting, making, and selling, you have to do all those things in order to get all that. You're gonna need a lot more trees if you cut any part of that process out and you outsource any part of that. Someone here in Mississippi is asking if we have the seeds for sale. Absolutely. Just click the link in the bio. Please click the link in the bio. We have different sizes. This one is 1,000 seeds for 40. We've got the 50 to 100 seeds for 10. And we literally just have the 10 seeds for $5. And you can use coupons. We have free shipping over $35 on our website. Just click the link, newmanursery.com, and we do free shipping on anything over $35. And that'll get you the 1,000 seeds for free shipping. How long do the trees continue to produce? Oh, great question. We got some good good questions in the room right now. This is going to be great. How long does it take for the tree? How long do the trees continually produce? So the trees are short living. They can produce for many years. At a high function, you might get it to the third year producing a lot. And then you want to slow the harvesting rate down over the next 5 to 10 years. And for about 10 years, you could be getting quite a bit of product, at least 1 million seeds off of one tree. Yes. Oh, someone's asking if we ship to Australia. We have not shipped to Australia yet, but it's one of the things that we're working on. So just keep in touch. We haven't been shipping outside of the country just yet because I need a little bit more help in the shipping department, so that way we can get that done. But I'm going to put that on the list, and we're going to get you some trees and some seeds to Australia. People are asking us from if we're in the UK, if we can ship to the UK, if we can ship to Africa, all the time. Okay, so these are great questions. Now someone's saying, how many trees per acre? About 200 to 300 trees on 1 acre, about 10 to 15 feet apart in a staggered row. So what does that mean? What is a staggered row? If this is your row right here, then you plant a tree 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 here, on the same row, just staggered like a checkered board, about 10 to 15 feet apart, and each row is about 10 to 15 feet apart. And that's how you can get about 200 to 300 trees on 1 acre. Now you can also get thousands and thousands of trees on 1 acre just by planting them a foot apart, like this. Someone's saying, how long do the trees' seeds stay fresh? Seeds in a cool, dry place can stay fresh for years, for many, many years, for 2 years, 3 years. Seeds can stay fresh. So as long as it's in a cool, dry place, you could get 1,000 seeds this year, plant a couple hundred out, save the next for the next year. Not a problem at all. Just keep it in a cool, dry place. I wouldn't keep them in the fridge. I wouldn't keep them in the freezer. That moisture is going to freeze out, freeze the oil. It's going to explode in the fridge. So you want to keep it above, above 40, 50 degrees, stored in a cool, dry place, like in a potato room or a garlic room or an onion room or something like that, or in a storage room. They don't need to be in the refrigerator. If you're keeping seeds, I have sprouted seeds that I have kept in the refrigerator, but they lost a lot of germination rate just by keeping in the refrigerator. So just a cool, dry place. And that's really, really the best. We're going to keep going. These were some great questions that we have here right now. We've got a lot of great questions coming in on TikTok and YouTube. Really great, guys. Much love, Moringa love. I'm hoping that we're learning something today about how you can possibly make some money and income off of Moringa. You just have to diversify. You have to have the ability to make the different products. So like, even if you were to pick up loose leaf from us, which is a really great price in a bulk. Right now, I think we have it at $50 a kilo for the loose leaf with the coupons on the website. And so with the loose leaf, if you got a full kilo and you've got 1,000 grams and you spent $50 on that, you can piece that out into little bags and make up to $500 off of 1 kilo just by doing that in a smaller quantity, say with maybe even just your friends or your family. Because Moringa is fairly new to the States and people are learning about it just now, they don't really know too much about it. It's also one of the reasons why we're able to ask for the price that we do. Because say in other areas around the world where Moringa is more prevalent, like in India and Africa, where you can walk down the street and Moringa is right there, it may not have much of a value there where they are. Because it's everywhere. And the reason why we get such a high price for it here is because it's nowhere to be found or seen or heard of or known of. And so right now it's just this, what? We grow moringa trees. What? Mama muba? Muba huba? Like moringa. Oh, absolutely. Someone's asking, have you ever tried to juice it? That's one of the ways I lived off of it for 30 days when I was fasting. Was literally just juicing the fresh leaves. If you can just juice the fresh leaves, Moringa is a complete source of protein. It has all 9 essential amino acids and it has all 9 regular amino acids, making it a complete protein. Absolutely, we love juicing it. Hopefully you guys are getting some value here. Lots of questions today. We're just planting the seeds up in this beautiful soil we have. It's mostly a sandy soil mix. Moringa love alkaline soil. So the more alkaline soil that you can get, the better. And also the more alkaline your soil is, I'm pretty sure the more drumsticks you will have. Now it's very fine, and what I've noticed, some place will have more drumsticks off their tree, and it might be the same exact kind of tree, but what is it? And we're testing the soil and we're finding that it's a slightly more alkaline. What's the process like to harvest the leaves? Well, I use a handsaw. Great question. The process for harvesting leaves. So I use a handsaw. I'm approaching the tree. The first process is asking. You gotta ask. Yes, it should love Mississippi then. In the summertime, this is a great time of year. I'm glad you're watching in Mississippi. Please start growing. We have lots of trees growing in Mississippi. Would love for you to get some trees and get started. In the wintertime, it gets a little bit, a little cold there, but you can always keep them in a greenhouse or something. I know I was just saying something. I was about to go on something else. It'll come back to me. What was I saying? Do you remember what I was just saying before I answered that question? I was just talking about something there. Oh, that's right. Someone was asking, what's the process of harvesting? Okay, so the first thing that I do is I ask for permission. The process is asking for permission from that tree. Hey, you mind if I get some food? She'll go, oh, you want some food? You want some food? Okay. She's gonna bring some more nutrients up from that root system, and she's gonna say, hey, I gave you even more. I gave you even more stuff. And so when you do come up and cut it and you're saying thank you and you're saying I love you, thank you, Miss Moringa, that process for me is the very first and most important process. That way I know I'm acting in nature, in gratitude, and I'm not just taking. That's the first thing. And I use a handsaw. So I use a handsaw and I will check to see, I'll check to see where, let me show you. I'll show you one of the first things that I do. I'll check to see where the nodes are, where these nodes are. So you can see here, I cut it above the node. So I'm not like cutting it like right on the node. I'm not cutting it just below it. I'm cutting it in between the next node, the next collar. They call these collars, these little pieces that extrude out, and that's where the pieces come off of and the new shoots come out. I'm cutting it above the collar at a 45-degree angle so the water can run off, and so that way it's not just sitting on that cut. I cut it at a 45-degree angle, the water's cut up, it seals up. This chamber right here is gonna seal. It's gonna close off. This whole chamber is going to seal the water off from even going down in there within a couple hours. It coagulates, it thickens up like when you have a cut and the white blood cells clog up there and they stop it up. That's the same thing that happens. That's what the sap is your white blood cells. So my first process is gratitude, thank you. I check to see where the nodes are, and I'm always cutting it where the nodes are going out. So like if there's a node that's like going into the center, I'm gonna go ahead and cut that node off, and I'm gonna cut it at the next node that's going outside. I have lots of videos about actually how to harvest and what to do when cutting your trees back. And I'm just really cutting it, I'm watching where the nodes are, so that way I'm thinking 6 months, a year from now, when that tree is growing back, that it's gonna be coming out from that node. That's architecture. That's what I'm doing. I'm an architect, and I'm architecting the trees. I'm forming the relationships with the trees. That's why the owners call me back to come back, because they see the love and the care that I have for the trees. Yeah, that's one of the processes that I take, and that's the difference between when I'm harvesting the trees and say maybe someone else, is that I'm very careful. I take my time. I don't really like electric tools or power tools or gas tools. The Moringa oleifera is soft enough to just cut it right with a handsaw. Even big, thick stumps. I'm just in there and I'm just cutting. It's okay. Sometimes I might pull out the axe, but I like it as a workout. You know, I'm young. I balance my work where I'm not working physically too hard. Actually, as a farmer, I spend a lot of my time just planting seeds, talking to you guys. I'm on the computer probably 16 hours a day, you know, just making content, getting all the information out to people, writing my blogs. I write blogs all the time on my website, so I've got a lot of information going out there about how to harvest and how to cut back. We've got hundreds of videos on our YouTube channel about that same question. So thank you for asking about how to cut the trees back and where to cut them, and just having that love in your heart for each and every living thing that you come across. Even like a chair that's made out of wood is still alive. You know, it's got that energy in it. Any object really, I think, has the ability to hold some sort of love. Love. That's why I'm doing this right now. I'm not working anywhere else right now than in nature. I'm loving this plant life. I'm loving that you're here joining us here. And I really appreciate you. I'm almost done with this last one. I'm gonna head out of here. I'm gonna take a little breather. Catch me tonight. Catch me outside. Tonight I have a webinar, free webinar that I'm hosting tonight. I'm gonna teach people about the co-op and the process of getting in on the co-op. You can register there at moringagrowerscoop.org. And that's where I'll be tonight on a free webinar. And I'd love for you to come in the room, ask some questions. It's going to be about 40 minutes of just kind of going over the free book. Then we'll have about 20-30 minutes of Q&A, and I'll get into questions and answers tonight. That'll be at 8 o'clock tonight, Eastern Standard Time, and I'll be there. And we're probably going to try to do that every week. It's going to be great. And this is what we're doing right now. We're just planting seeds. Gotta plant seeds every day. Just makes me feel good knowing that I'm creating a life. And also knowing that this is also gonna help me live. You know, this is gonna give me an income, because I'm planting this seed that might be 2-3 pennies worth, maybe even a penny. As soon as I stick it in here and I put some soil on there and I wait a couple days, I've got a $10 tree. So I just 1000x'd. So I've got a $10 tree here. Say I sell them 5 of them. You know, I might sell 5 of them for 40 bucks. Might sell 10 of them together, even for free, when it comes with products in a box. But you're multiplying your potential energy to create a living for yourself, even just utilizing nature. And becoming a producer and not always just a consumer. And that's kind of my motto, is that I want to be able to create something. I'm an artist. It's always been in my motto to be somewhat of a creator and to make something and give something to the world from my heart. This is from my heart to yours. Moringa love. Plant some seeds. Spring is in the air. If you've got a black thumb, let me see your thumb. Put your thumb up here. You got a black thumb? You got a black thumb? Let me rub that off. Let me rub that off there. Let me rub that black thumb off and get you a green thumb. It looks like I got some black thumbs, but I'm still planting seeds. I'm in confidence with myself and in nature, just knowing that what I'm doing right now, they're gonna sprout. Y'all gonna sprout today, okay? Y'all gonna sprout, all right? Get your act together, get ready, shake it, we gonna make it, and we're gonna plant some trees and some seeds so we can get these pots and seeds out to you. Really love you guys. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kendrick Henry, your local Moringa farmer. Really had a great time with you today. Thanks for asking all the questions. Please like this video, follow me on TikTok, hit me up on Instagram, YouTube, not only at Numa Nursery, my brand right here, but also at the Moringa Growers Co-op. I really appreciate you. Give me a call, 813-690-6516, or shoot me a text message, 813-567-3100. Our cousin here says they live in Mexico and they're growing papaya, avocado, and mangoes. and Moringa. Moringa. We have one of our co-op members is actually in Puebla. I know it gets a little cold there, but he's in Puebla, he's in Mexico, and really love Moringa quality actually all the way out in Mexico. Moringa loves Mexico, and I can't wait to go to Mexico and share with everyone just how great Mexico is. Shoot, 50% of all of our produce is coming from Mexico right now, just right across the border, boom. And thank you to the president of Mexico for no longer accepting glyphosate in your fertilizers. So they banned glyphosate. Beautiful in Mexico. So Mexico is really making some really great moves in the agriculture industry. Get into agriculture. Become a farmer. Do it like your ancestors did and plant some trees, plant some seeds, grow some food. You know, what are you waiting for? You know, like, what happens when the world shuts down again? Are you going to be left wondering who's going to give you a handout? Or are you going to be able to go to your backyard and know that your family's safe, knowing that you're taken care of because you've got the knowledge and know that your family can be taken care of without having to worry about, say, what the food system looks like out here, because it's nuts. And you got to stop eating the GMOs and stop eating the sugar and stop eating all that crap and get that stuff out of your body, because you are a goddess, and you deserve much better. Treat your temple with love. We love mame zapotes and all that good stuff, man. Ooh, they got the fruits going right now. They're loving it. Thank you, y'all. Thank you. I've been here for over an hour and a half now. I love you guys. I'll be back on TikTok. Having great success with TikTok. Love the videos that everybody's putting out. I love making those quick 1-minute videos with all that little asset of information in there. So thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us. Peace, love, prosperous growing. I'll see you next time. See you real soon. Dragon fruits. This man's going in on all the fruit. Of course, I know you got it. I know you got all the fruits in Mexico, man. Now you're making all of us jealous over here. All the people in Nebraska and Ohio, Connecticut, they don't know what those fruits are. They need to get out and about, grow some moringa, mango, sapote, whatever you can do. Grow some fruit trees. Awesome. All right, thanks, guys. Peace. Much love. Talk to you soon. Ciao.